Hey, what's up guys? Today we are making candied jalapenos, also known as cowboy candy. This is a sweet treat that I think you are absolutely going to love. This recipe is a great way to preserve your peppers, whether your garden is exploding with jalapenos or if you went to the farmer's market and found a whole bunch of jalapenos. Or honestly, it's something you'll want to make if you just want to have a perfect little sweet bite to have on hand at any time of the day. So honestly, I think you're gonna love it, and let me show you how to make it. First things first, we need jalapenos, so let me go grab some from the garden. We only grew 2 jalapeno plants this year, and they are producing like crazy, and it's actually perfect for this kind of recipe. So my recipe calls for a ½ pound or 8 ounces of jalapeno peppers, but you can easily double, triple, quadruple this batch. It's very easy to do. And that's usually about maybe 8 to 12 good-sized jalapeno peppers, but mine are a little smaller from my plant this year, so I'm using by weight. Got a lot of them here. So first thing you want to do is you're going to slice them into rings, and the recipe calls to slice them into 1/4-inch rings, which is really like a good serving size, but you can chop them a little bigger or smaller if you want to. And if you want to reduce some of the heat of the jalapeno, which some people do find jalapenos quite a bit hot, you can core them out before you do this. Most of the heat is in the whitish innards of the chili. And also, it's a good idea to wear gloves if the spicy peppers bother your skin. Just be careful not to touch any sensitive parts of your body, like your eye or other certain parts. Sensitive parts. Stems for the compost bin. Even our compost is spicy. All right, got the last of my peppers sliced up here. And next we'll get our cooking or candying station set up. All right, I've got my cooking station all set up here. And this is very, very easy recipe with some seriously outstanding results, guys. I've got a good sized pan set up here to a medium heat, and we're gonna add 1 cup of sugar. And yes, this recipe has a lot of sugar for candying. And a ½ cup of apple cider vinegar and some seasonings, and these vary a little bit, but this is what I prefer. So I have a teaspoon of chili powder and a ½ teaspoon of turmeric, earthy turmeric, for color and some really super interesting flavor. And a ½ teaspoon of ground ginger. And just go ahead and stir it all together. And what you're doing is you're making a spiced, seasoned simple syrup. And that's really what you need for candying. So I'm gonna go ahead and stir this, make it nice and uniform. You can whisk it, and we're gonna bring it to a light boil, and then we will reduce the heat and simmer. All right, I've got a bit of a boil here, so I'm gonna reduce the heat to a simmer. Let it reduce a little bit here. And we're gonna go ahead and add the jalapenos, and you can do this in batches. It's a better idea to do it in batches. Gonna add them to the sweet candying mixture. Woo, there goes, I'm losing jalapenos. Making a mess in the kitchen. And I'm gonna let them sit and absorb that sweet deliciousness for about 4 minutes. And in that 4 minutes, it's gonna go ahead and absorb some of those sugars, the flavors, and they will darken a bit and just become these amazing little sweet treats. Hey, while these jalapenos are simmering, a quick tip, this actually works with any chili peppers. I love to candy all kinds of different ones. I particularly love candying habanero peppers for an extra spicy sweet treat. Great on so many things. But truly, you could candy a sweet pepper, a big batch of sweet peppers, and they're just outstanding, 0 heat, awesomeness, so many ways to enjoy them. But really, the sky's the limit. All right, it's been 4 minutes, so I'm gonna transfer these over to a cleaned jar. Be very careful pulling them out here. They are hot. Now I can do the rest of the batch here. Just add them in, give it a stir. Last batch here, another 4 minutes. All right, last batch is done here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove from heat. Let's get these transferred over to a jar. Dude, these look amazing. Works for any chilies. All right, I got the candied jalapenos moved over to a jar, and there's leftover syrup in here that we need, so I'm gonna move it into something that's easier for pouring. All right, next we're gonna take the leftover syrup and pour it into the jar, along with the peppers. Just enough to cover them here. Leave a little headspace. And if you have leftover syrup, which you likely will have, do not throw it away. You can strain it and use it in a lot of ways. It's outstanding for making cocktails, unique cocktails that are really delicious. Nice touch of sweetness to it. This definitely has sweetness to it, a little spicy kick to it, lots of flavor. It's great in baked goods or certain desserts. You can even use it in certain dishes to add some flair, like potato salad, super unique. So many ways to use it, but highly encouraged to keep it. Let's talk about storage. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey, how long does candied jalapenos or cowboy candy last? If you keep it right in the jar, this will last about 3 months in the refrigerator, sealed. But if you want to keep it longer and keep it, make it shelf stable, you can process this in a water bath. And I actually have information and steps to do that on the website, and I'll leave a link above so you can check that out. Hey, what's the best way to enjoy cowboy candy? Candied jalapenos are great for just a nice little treat, popping it into your mouth anytime you want. They're fantastic for making cocktails. You can put it as a little garnish and pop it in there. You could top desserts, like I love it on a cupcake. But it's really great on something like cornbread, so you get like that sweet and savory combination. Pop them onto pizzas for a little extra sweet savory combo, just outstanding. But truly, anytime you want a little sweet treat, they're great to have around. And everyone knows I do love a good sweet treat, which is why I married Patty. Also, a quick message, this recipe is in our cookbook, Flavor Madness, right here. 100 big, bold recipes from around the world that I think you will love, and I hope you check it out. But one of our favorite ways actually is super simple. It's cream cheese on a cracker with candied jalapeno. It's a lot like pepper jelly on there, but we're using a candied jalapeno, and it's delicious. Let's give it a go. Oh yeah. Nice pop of sweet, pop of heat in the back. These jalapenos got a little bit of a kick today from the garden. That's it, my friends. That is how you make candied jalapenos or cowboy candy homemade. I'd love to hear what you think of the recipe in the comments, and I'd really love to hear what your serving ideas are. So I also hope that you will check out our cookbook, Flavor Madness, and I can't wait to see you at the website at chilipeppermadness.com. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.